Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHONJ Giudice begs President Trump for pardon. Former RHONJ House husband Joe Giudice is begging President Donald Trump for a pardon. He spent 41 months in prison for bankruptcy fraud and was eventually forced to leave America. The father of four now lives and works in the Bahamas. So what exactly did he say to the president? Keep reading for more details. It has been 5 years since RHONJ star Joe Giudice was released from prison and deported back to Italy. For his family, it was terrifying as they had been fighting for him to stay in America. He was still married to Teresa Giudice, who was raising their 4 children in New Jersey. She had also served time for their fraud convictions, but for less than a year. When Joe was sent to Italy, his wife and daughters traveled to see him, but he was asked for a divorce. It was clear that his time behind bars had changed everyone and caused a lot of distance. Now in the Bahamas, Joe's girls can come and see him whenever they want. Plus, he has started his own business endeavors. He promotes them vigorously on social media and even had a short merch drop. Now he is desperate to return to America, so he is begging President Donald Trump for a pardon. Joe shared a slide of snaps, old and new, to illustrate how important his family is to him. He then added that he just wanted to be able to travel and see his girls again. The former RHONJ star finished his message off by stating how much he respected the president. It makes sense that he would go this route, as a pardon was just granted to reality stars Todd and Julie Chrisley. The couple was serving a collective 19 years behind bars, but their daughter worked tirelessly to get them released. Savannah Chrisley campaigned with President Trump and did not stop until Todd and Julie were home. This is a very real possibility that Joe Giudice could get a pardon from President Trump. He was willing to listen to Savannah Chrisley's pleas over her parents and respected her family. Therefore, he ultimately pardoned them and could not wait to get them released within 24 hours. That RHONJ family has struggled with Joe being away, and he is showing his respect to President Trump. That could bode well for him, and many of his followers felt very good about him getting a pardon. If he can pardon the Chrisleys, he can pardon Joe. Joe has paid the price. Please bring him home. This is one pardon I can get on board with. He received support from his ex-wife, as well as their daughters. Of course, some followers felt that this could not happen and questioned why Joe did not become a citizen when he had the chance. These questions could be asked for days, but now all Joe wants is to be able to come and go as he pleases. Do you believe that Joe has a chance at returning, and would this make for a good RHONJ spinoff? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. In a twist as dramatic as a Teresa table flip, Joe Giudice, the ex-husband of Real Housewives of New Jersey OG Teresa Giudice, is once again making headlines. This time, the man who once swaggered through Bravo reality screens with chest-puffed bravado and a cocktail in hand has taken a more humble approach. He's begging former President Donald Trump for a pardon. Yes, begging. On his knees, figuratively, at least. From his sun-drenched exile in Italy, Joe is turning political, praying for a miracle wrapped in a red baseball cap. Donald, buddy, Joe said in a grainy Instagram video recorded from the cobblestone streets of Salerno. You know me. You love America. Let's make Joe great again. The internet gasped. This isn't the first time Joe's made a Hail Mary plea for clemency. After serving a 41-month sentence for fraud, the Italian-born Giudice was deported in 2019 under strict immigration laws. His daughters, Gia, Gabriella, Melania, and Adriana, were left in New Jersey with their mother, Teresa, and the family story became a tragic Bravo subplot that was somehow more real than reality TV. Now Joe's desperate to come home, and he's pulling out all the stops, from convict to campaigner. Sources close to the family, read, probably someone with access to Andy Cohen's WhatsApp group, say Joe has drafted not 1, but 3 letters addressed to Trump. Each of them reportedly begins with "My fellow patriot" and ends with "I'll build the wall myself if you want." While it might seem like a long shot, let's not forget, Trump has a history of granting headline-worthy pardons. From rapper Lil Wayne to disgraced advisors, the Donald has a soft spot for tabloid turbulence. Joe's plea might just check all the right boxes: celebrity, reality TV, Complicated legal history? Potential to trend on Twitter? Triple check. In one of his most impassioned pleas, Joe wrote, "Mr. President, I've paid for my mistakes. I've done my time. I've missed Christmases, birthdays, and Sunday dinners. My girls need their father. America needs its favorite Italian back. Think about the ratings." Teresa's complicated silence. Teresa Giudice has remained oddly silent on Joe's latest bid, focusing her energy on her new marriage to Luis Ruiz, planning her next Namaste-themed event, and of course, posing in yoga gear for sponsored posts. But those close to her say she's conflicted. She doesn't want Joe back in that way, said a former assistant who wishes to remain anonymous. But she doesn't want the girls to grow up without their dad either. Also, she's been watching House of Cards and thinks politics is sexy now. Dia, now in law school, weighed in publicly with a tearful TikTok montage of old family photos, soundtracked by Andrea Bocelli. The caption, "Bring my papa home #PardonJoe #Giudice 2025. The Trump connection. Interestingly, Joe and Donald Trump aren't total strangers. In 2015, the Giudices were rumored to be in talks with the producers of Celebrity Apprentice, before their legal troubles torpedoed the idea. Trump reportedly liked Joe's "Take No Prisoners" Jersey energy, and once told Andy Cohen at a charity gala, "I like the Giudice guy, he's a fighter. Probably too much of one." Now Joe's banking on that admiration, and the mutual appreciation of a good spray tan, to pave the way home. The Bravo effect. Behind the scenes, Bravo is allegedly drooling over the possibilities. Executive producer Andy Cohen is reportedly not involved. A source close to production whispered, "We're not saying we encourage Joe to ask Trump. We're just saying if it happens, there's a camera crew waiting in Newark." There's even talk of a potential spin-off, Giudice. Red, White, and Return, chronicling Joe's journey back to American soil, possibly featuring a tense airport reunion with Teresa, complete with tears, hugs, and heavy accents. A New Jersey redemption arc. But Joe isn't just begging, he's promising. In exchange for a pardon, he's vowed to be the best immigrant this country's ever seen. His Instagram bio now reads, "Father, fighter, former felon, future citizen, MAGA believer, espresso addict, #LetJoeBack." In a follow-up video, filmed while sipping limoncello, he said, "I'll pay taxes early, I'll open 5 businesses, I'll even marry a citizen if it helps. Just don't make me stay in Italy. I love pasta, but I miss pork roll and bagels." Public reaction. A nation divided. The public reaction is predictably chaotic. Some RHONJ fans are all in. Let Joe come home. Justice for Giudice. We need him on Watch What Happens Live. Real Jersey Queen 74.